Hi Cancer, how are you? Welcome to your mid-May general reading. My name is Jane. Thanks for being here. Really quick, check out the description box down below for the links to the other videos for your ascending moon or Venus sign, if that's what you're looking for. Also where to find free dailies, which I do free dailies on Instagram at Jane International if you want to find me there. Also temporarily, I'm putting a hold on my private readings. I'm redoing my website and just trying to get caught up again. So probably won't be for another week and a half or so before I start my website back up. Okay, so just FYI on that. So let's go ahead and get started. Cancer, I've already been preparing the deck for you. This is going to be a general reading. Mid-May. Okay. Seven of Pentacles crossed by the Knight of Pentacles. This is a card of Virgo, okay, but it could be another earth energy as well. It could also be you, but in any case, regardless of who it is, slow, non-communicative, okay? Maybe their lack of communication is kind of getting in your way a little bit. Or maybe you trying to say something or wanting to say something but not saying something is getting in your way, okay? The Seven of Pentacles really speaks to decision, all right? And really looking at your life from a very standoffish type of, bystander kind of way and saying, really asking yourself, has it been worth it? And some of you will answer yes, and some of you will answer no. And it just is what it is, And from this point of analysis, okay, and trying to remove, emotion from, because you've worked hard, you've done a lot, you've invested a lot, but I think some of you are feeling a little depleted or maybe even defeated, right? Where it's not that sweet. It's not as sweet as you thought it was going to be. It's not as grand as you thought it was going to be. Okay? So those are your foundational cards. Coming in, kind of what's kind of leading you here. Again, another card of lack of communication from an earth sign. So you may be dealing with maybe one or two or multiple earth signs. Could be likely people around your age as well, if you're dealing with some work situations, waiting for some offers to come in, like job offers. And I'm getting a lot of money here and a lot of hard work. All of these cards speak to hard work, meaning you're probably paying your dues right now. You're putting in a lot of effort, putting in a lot of energy, and yet still at the end of the day, it almost just doesn't quite feel enough. And the offers aren't coming in. If you are waiting for news about a job or waiting for news of income, okay? Or just, again, if you're not really worried about the work stuff, if there is someone specific, waiting for news from them not coming. And yet you're still, blood, sweat, and tears over here trying to build something for yourself. 2 tens, okay. I like the tens because they do mean that opportunity is really right around the corner, all right? They do speak to the step before the ace, and we love aces. And you do have something on your mind, though, Seven of Swords. So you are kind of, while you're coming from a place of hard work and you're coming from a place of putting in effort, this is a turning point for you. There may be some sneaky behavior, right? This often speaks to lies. But also I'm actually seeing it more leaning toward self-sabotage because you have done so much. If you're not getting what you're hoping to get, you could be quitting before you get to the end point. It's kind of like the story of the man that swims across the lake. He gets, a couple hundred feet from the other side, decides that he's tired, turns around and swims back kind of thing. It's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Just be careful. Like, I think some of you are feeling the weight of wanting to quit, or feeling the weight of like, I can't do it anymore, okay? And feeling emotionally drained as well. I think a lot of you don't have the capacity to add on anything else. Either work is pushing you really, really hard, people around you, people at work, and things that were promised, like promotions and raises and things, are not coming to fruition. So either that's happening, or people around you, like, you are working hard. Like I said, I'm seeing this more in like your peer group, not so much people that are older, so probably not parents, but maybe some of you parents, but maybe if it speaks to you in terms of family, more brothers and sisters, and not even really kids either, but again, same age group. And just kind of hitting a little bit of a brick wall here. Oh, see, 10 is the first step before the ace, all right? Now, you might be kind of feeling like you've hit this ace point already, but I think you're still kind of lingering here a little bit. This is a moment of truth. This is a moment of acceptance, a moment of understanding. This is a very exciting thing, okay? The Ace of Swords is an exciting thing because it lends itself to clarity. And when we are more clear, and when we can see through whatever it is, either it's lies or deception, or if we can see the end, right, 200 feet offshore, we can see the shore, we're not going to turn around and come back because we know it's closer to keep going. So I think that you will see sight of the shore on the other side. So, and it's good, okay? It's good that you have clarity. I think a lot of you are feeling underappreciated. The word that's come into my mind. Underappreciated, feeling unacknowledged, unrecognized, and feeling like you deserve more because you've put so much into this. You have invested, you have made money for other people, likely, and yet here you are, like, not getting the new job, not getting the new work. Now, I'm not projecting that out there, right? If some of you guys have a big client, you've got a proposal out there and you're waiting for a yes from the client, I think the main message here is just don't accept defeat until you know for sure, okay? Or don't just assume that you didn't get the promotion until you know for sure, right? Communication is not at its best right now. And there may be reasons why you're not getting things coming to you, right? Like, I don't think it's you. I think it's forces, okay? So let's say, as an example, you're up for a promotion. Well, it's not that you don't get the promotion or that someone else gets the promotion over you, but more likely that the higher ups, the people of the decision-making abilities, they have not decided, or there is a hold-up, maybe a budgetary concern. Okay, there's a lot of money here, so maybe a budget concern more than anything, to ensure that you get a raise with the promotion. You know what I mean? So there might be other things going on that you're not aware of. I don't know why when I saw this, I'm seeing this as being like a prayer for strength. Like, many of you are praying to your higher self, to the universe, to God, to have strength, to have patience, and to have courage. So it's a beautiful thing to hope for, and it's a beautiful thing to strive to have. Obviously, you're going through a really trying time. Obviously, there's a lot of stress in your life. Obviously, you're getting to a point where you just kind of want to give up, all right? You're feeling like you cannot see the end. I know you can't see the end right now, because when you're in the Ten of Swords phase, like I was saying, like, I think some of you are coming to this point a little bit prematurely, or you think that you have this, but in actuality, it's kind of like reverting back to this. It's not a bad thing. It's just that I don't think that the natural course of things has fully done its thing. You know what I mean? And I don't want to see you getting overexcited about stuff, because I think over the next month, give it a next month or so, there's going to be some questions, right? And there's going to be some more additional little roadblocks. Again, I don't see it as being anything huge, right? This is stressful. You are tired, but at the end of the day, it's, you know, it's what we do. It's what humans do. It's life, it's work. I think you're really questioning the higher purpose of all of this. And this has been a theme for a lot of signs this month and like last month as well. So I'm not surprised that we're getting the Hermit. And we just had the North Node move from Virgo into Leo. And what that means is no longer are we expecting perfection from ourselves and from those around us, but we're starting to find a deeper, more genuine connection with, or more like a commitment to ourselves to be happy, and a commitment to ourselves to have love in our life and to accept love into our life. And so I think on some level, you're not feeling happy, you're not feeling love, whether it's for yourself, with another person. But at the end of the day, this is about a choice to choose yourself, okay? And like I said, you're not feeling satisfied with the way things are unfolding. All your efforts are going either, like I said, unrecognized, unacknowledged, unrewarded, okay? Now, whether this person is responsible for the reward, like a boss or a coworker or someone that kind of has something to give you, but they're not giving it to you. But yeah, so you're like, okay, well, maybe this really isn't in line with my life anymore. Maybe this job, maybe this situation, maybe this house, this living situation, maybe, you know, maybe it's just not in line. Maybe I need to make a change. Change to what? You're still, like I said, you're still in this Ten of Swords. So you don't know. I don't know. You will get there though. It's in the cards for you. Hope you guys, I like my little crystal. I was in Ubud, which is a little spiritual kind of place here in Bali. And I don't know. I'm not really big on crystals. It's not really like my thing. But I don't know. I was really gravitating towards it. And I was doing privates and I started grabbing it and pointing with it. And now it's like my little pointer. I don't know. I like it. Hopefully it doesn't bug you. Okay, Cancer. Four of Swords reversed. Your mind is active, which, I mean, doesn't surprise me. We have so many swords going on here. Your mind is active. You are trying to think things through. Keep in mind that we do still have Mars in Gemini right now. And Mars in Gemini lends itself to a little bit of scattered thoughts, meaning not a lot of focus, not a lot of substance to each little thing that we're thinking about. Sometimes we try to take on too much. In Cancer, you have taken on too much. Okay, you're getting to a point where you need a break. You need a vacation, you need to rest, you need time to recuperate. Your mind is going maybe 1,000,000 miles an hour and you're trying to uphold obligations and do certain things and do what you're supposed to do and do what you said you were going to do and blah, 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 blah. It's like, oh, so many things, okay? So I know you need to rest. It's probably not possible for you to rest right now. Mars leaves Gemini in the middle of June. So a couple of weeks, a few weeks, and you should feel that type of anxious energy kind of subside, all right, which is an exciting thing. Hopefully, or at least it will change, right? Maybe it won't subside. Maybe it will at least change and it will be a different type of energy for you. I think you're not really willing to fight for whatever this offer is anymore. You're not willing to fight for... Some of you, again, this is not a love reading. If you're interested in love energies, please watch your May love reading that I did specifically about relationships. However, this could speak in relationships because I do have the lovers. But lovers also can reference like choices, either choices that were not made or choices that were, you know, options that were declined. Okay, so you may have declined some options. You may have had a break in some sort of a commitment or an obligation here, all right? And you're not willing to really fight anymore. Maybe you fought at one point, but now you're like, I don't have the energy. I don't have what I need to have to really keep this going or to make this be what it's supposed to be, you know? And again, a lack of recognition or a lack of communication, a lack of acknowledgement would really be kind of a major factor here, because if you were getting the recognition and you were getting the acknowledgement, I think gladly you'd be more than happy to continue putting in effort and working. But when it's not coming and you're doing everything you possibly can, you're kind of getting to that, like, I need to change. My life needs to change kind of place. More swords. 6 of Swords is beautiful though. It does speak to transition and moving. Okay, some of you will move, some of you will go on a vacation. This does indicate travel as well. You may go on a vacation to a place where there's a lot of water, maybe an ocean, or I often see this as more like a river or a lake of some kind as opposed to a big ocean, but that's neither here nor there. There are so many people watching, it can speak to all of you in different ways. And now you have someone, now I have someone of reference, right? Now I'm getting a water sign. Oh, well, this is the card of Scorpio, but it could be Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. I'm kind of sensing a little bit that it is an external party. It's not you, okay? There is someone, unless you're the one doing the shady thing. Some of you might be doing shady things, but I think for most people, it's someone else, okay? Again, card of Scorpio in the reversal here. And this is a super, super tough card, tough personality. They are shady. They do tend to do things behind your back. Now, I don't necessarily see that this is the same person. These may be 2 different people. Some of you, it may be the same. Some of you, it may be 2 different people. Some of you, one may be work-oriented. One may be related in other ways. Okay? This is someone that kind of makes it not worth it. Putting up with them, dealing with them. Again, they're kind of working against you, like they're retroactively trying to force you out or push you out or to get you to do something, to make a mistake. And, you know, I think it's been an uphill battle for a long time. I don't know. I think you're almost to the finish line. I don't know what that means. But the Ace of Swords speaks to me like a new beginning, or at least a new mental state, a new mindset, a new attitude, something that's new, and something that could maybe make it more bearable or make you strong enough to cut it out of your life for good. Either way, okay? Again, another Pentacles in reverse. Depletion. Maybe some of you have had to dig into your savings a little bit. Maybe some of you are kind of like having some financial issues, right? Like I said, you had a big expense or you're not getting that promotion, and maybe you're compensating, right? Maybe your stress is getting the best of you and you're shopping, or you are retail therapy for some of you, or some of you are I don't know why I'm seeing it as like money going out as opposed to like saving, but I'm seeing it more as outflow. There seems to be children involved here. Getting a fire energy here in the outcome. Again, another reversal. This may be the same person. I don't know why when I get the King of Cups and the King of Wands together, and if they're both in the same direction, I often see it as being someone that's almost like a bipolar. It's very water fire because I see them as opposite, right? So fire and water, like oil and water, they don't mix, and yet they're still contained into one person, and can be how we would call crazy sometimes, you know, and really unpredictable. You seem to be doing either you're doing a good job or you're hoping that you're doing a good job in terms of reliability and in terms of being stable. I'm sorry guys, there's construction. I have to get these videos out. There's really nothing I can do about it. I can't record these at night because my lighting is terrible, and I can't, there's nothing I can do. I moved 4 times since I've been here in Bali, and everywhere I go, there is construction or birds or roosters or something. So anyway, I'm sorry about that, but I'm just gonna keep powering through, and hopefully you guys can deal with it with me. I do see children here, okay? So there should be some children, or not there should be, it's either children or a connection with the past in your environment, okay? So maybe there is either someone you're waiting for, someone that you stopped fighting for, and there is, you know, either contact or maybe a sign or a remembrance of some kind. You know, maybe you are feeling a little bit nostalgic because your life has gotten so complicated recently that you're just like really wishing or hoping for the more simple times when you didn't have to be such an adult all the time, so responsible. And if this is in fact you, or how you're hoping that you are, and it's like 1 or like 2 against 1, but it's like 2 of 1 person almost. Now some of you may have multiple people involved. All right, I'm seeing 2 masculine influences, but they don't have to be men. They can be just, you know, strong individuals and really unpredictable, stubborn. This one a little bit more manipulative. This one a little bit more likely to kind of trample over you in their own best interest, right? And just like go for the goal no matter what happens to other people. They just have their one-track mind. They seem to be very interested in what you have going on. Again, I do see children, so if there is any type of custody battle going on right now, I really do think that you are getting near the finish line, and your partner is also kind of, you know, not behaving well and not amicable at this point in time. But you're doing a very good stand-up job at maintaining, you know, emotional maturity. I'm sure this person has hurt you, or the situation has hurt you in some way. If it's not, and this can be also someone at work, I'm sensing sabotage, I'm sensing kind of some sneaky, shady behavior. And again, you're being totally just done with it. It's almost as though you are kind of having to be the parent here, right? The parent for the unruly children. But in the workplace, it's like, ugh, like really? Do I really have to be the grown-up here? Aren't we all grown-ups, you know, kind of thing? That was kind of all over the place. I'm getting a lot of different little images and a lot of different little things. So Page of Wands, 8 of Swords, the Star reversed, and the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Look, obviously you're in an incredibly frustrated situation and you're feeling like you can never get out. You will get out, all right, Cancer? I know that you will. You've had a significant break or a significant shift in terms of respect. And I think that this is someone that maybe you used to respect. A boss, an ex-partner, you know, whatever. I'm keeping it open. Just you just fill in the blanks, okay? Also, I am asking people to leave comments. I love reading comments. I don't respond. I'm terrible at responding, but I do read them. I sit in the cafe every morning and I go through my email, and I get email alerts for every time someone leaves a comment. So I do read them. So please tell me how it really speaks to you. I really appreciate it. You know, comments don't really help my numbers for engagement or whatever. It's not really a thing. It's just kind of for my own personal, because I enjoy it. But this must have been someone that you once had respect, or you once were associated or affiliated in some type of institution, and that institution either no longer exists, or the connection no longer exists, or you may be actively working against this person, or he actively working against you. This seems to be a very contrary personality, right? Just kind of butting heads for the sake of it. And yes, certainly have let you down. You seem to still be healing from something or getting over something. Again, it's not quite over. You're not quite at that finish line, so you've got to keep staying strong. But don't worry, the shore is there. All right, the shore is there. I know you're feeling like this person may have a very overbearing personality, or this situation may feel very overbearing and may feel like you really can't get out. Right? There are too many obligations. There are too many entanglements, too many legal contracts. There's too many, little clauses that keep you right where you are, kind of thing. And there's too much, and maybe some of you, this person isn't so bad, but you just don't enjoy working with them, or you don't enjoy having them in your life. But at the same time, you are a dutiful, caring person, so you don't want to leave them high and dry. So as unhappy as you are, you're going to maintain keeping everything going the way it is, because you just don't want to let that person down. Well, you know what? I'll tell you one thing that's coming out in my dailies on Instagram is it's time for us to all start loving ourselves and start putting ourselves first. Okay? And as much of entanglements and complications and whatever that you have with this person or these people or this situation, whatever it is, you have to decide what it is. You have to decide if you love yourself more or if you love them more. It's a really hard decision sometimes. It's a really difficult place to be. And their success, by the way, is not determined by your presence in their life. Their success is determined by their own ability to do stuff. Plain and simple. You do not need to be their lifeblood. And don't give so much to something that doesn't make you happy. I know you got to pay your bills. I know you got to go to work. That's not what I'm really saying. I'm not saying quit your job and, go be a starving artist or anything, unless that's what you want to do, whatever. But you know what I mean. If there's a toxic situation and there's something in your life that you are entrapped or you feel entangled, that entanglement is all in your mind, and freedom is more of a mental state. And it's more in control. It's more in your control sometimes than we think. And it's hard, and I can sit here and say that all day long and, actually think that way, or to change your mindset to accept that is a totally different thing, and I understand that. And I think you will kind of have difficulty with that concept over the next coming months. But this wheel will turn. Wheel will turn. Okay, it will turn. And you will get there. You'll figure it out. You'll come to a point of understanding, and you'll figure out how you can make your life the way you need it to be. Okay? See, transformation is super, super promising. But I think you need to get through this transformation first, because this is kind of what you're undergoing now, and this is kind of what's coming up. All right? So you are changing. Maybe you did kind of see something more realistically. You saw someone's true colors. You saw what someone was trying to do. You saw the agenda that they had, or their ulterior motive, or whatever. And you've decided that you no longer want to participate in this type of environment, or this type of behavior, you know, and you have made that decision, I think, but there's still, just because you make the decision doesn't mean that everything changes. You still kind of have to wait for that aftermath to kind of take place. Oh my God, guys, I'm so sorry about the motors. It's seriously been all day. I really wanted to get you your videos. I really, really did. And I thought I had a break when they were at lunch or whatever, but I'm so sorry. You know, I know you're healing, or you're trying to heal, and I know you're trying to get there. I know you're afraid, you're afraid of the pain that may be associated with making this decision, or feeling like you've let someone down. But you know what, Cancer? They've let you down. They've let you down, and now it's time for you to stand up for yourself. You are not, no, they are not your responsibility, okay? They're adults, most likely. I don't think you guys are dealing with kids. I'm not really sensing that it's like a child problem, but some of you may be having a really difficult child. But if your child is, you know, in their 20s, they're an adult, you know, they need to take care of themselves. You need to kind of cut the ties. You need to crack the whip a little bit. And, you know, if they're kind of taking advantage of you, or if they're kind of working against you, it's not fair to you. I'm not telling you how to be parents. I'm not a parent. You guys got to do what you got to do. But, you know, I don't want to see you being afraid of the heartbreak. You've already been heartbroken enough. There's already been enough that you're dealing with, enough that you're working through. So, you know, it's a matter of just stepping into it, or leaning into it, and just kind of letting it happen, knowing that it's going to be hard, but knowing too that it's for the best. Because I think, like I said, you're getting tired. You're not willing to fight anymore. You're not willing to, like, you can't keep up those walls anymore, and you can't keep up that defense. So it's like, okay, I'm going to put down my weapons. I know you guys want to surrender, but I'm not going to let you. You can't surrender yet. It's not time. You got to keep going. You got to keep fighting. You got to keep it going. Because once this gets to a close, and death is slow. It's not like an easy breezy, you know, like a couple weeks and it's good. You know, no. Like, death is hard, and it takes a lot of time. It really, really does. It takes a lot of time, and it is a process. Sometimes we don't really, in today's day and age when everything is so fast moving, we kind of just expect that our own healing needs to happen fast too. I think we've lost that human side of being human. You know, we get our heart broken, or we get disappointed, or we don't get a promotion, or we feel upset, or we whatever. And people tell us, just get back up on that horse. You know, you can't succeed if you don't play the game. You know, and there's all these little quips that people give you. They don't really allow space for sadness, which is such an essential part of healing. And it doesn't allow space for feeling like a failure. That's also a very important thing. I don't think you've failed. You may feel like you have, but I don't think you did. I think you were up against some really unfair and unbalanced circumstances. And sometimes you just get dealt kind of a tough set of cards. And that just is what it is. But it's always shifting. It's always changing. The stars are always moving. You will not be here forever. This wheel is always spinning. The universe is always working. So it will change. Okay? But I think you're at a point of decision of needing to decide whether or not you're going to allow this energy in your life. You know? I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks for putting up with the motors and all of that. I'm sorry, but hopefully it'll be better for your love reading, which is coming in the next couple of weeks. All right? I'll talk to you soon. Bye.